Hey YouTube fam, I am back. It's not with an unboxing, but I do have two unboxings coming up. But I'm feeling chatty, logged off work, and just want to update you guys. And also, this um, Pecan Tan Beauty commented on the last video, the review of the Dooney& Burke Florentine Leather East-West Zip Sack about the um, great grain of leather. She just said that, she was wondering, isn't it that comes just from the cowhide? But actually, I was like, it prompted me to do some research on the different grades of leather and why I feel this feels more luxurious and thicker. The Dooney& Burke, the two, well, I have came across three. Okay, excuse my pronunciation again. I went to my orthodontist about 2 weeks ago. We made some changes, and again, I'm learning how to speak. And you can see I have these elastics now, so yeah, it's been a challenge. So as I was saying, um, this Dooney& Burke bag, I've come across three. So for yeah, three so far with the leather key keeper. So I own two, and I sold that. I forgot that name. Oh, the tab collar satchel in the color orange. That Florentine leather tab collar satchel. It also had a leather key keeper, and I found that it's really thick. Okay, I found that the leather was thicker. And Ange and I, as I was stating before in another video on, I think it was on Dooney Devotion, we were chatting on, that I felt like the Dooney& Burke bags with the leather key keeper, we feel like the leather is thicker and more yummy. I prefer, some people say like it's heavy, bags are heavy. I prefer my bags to be heavy. Does that make any sense? Because then I feel like the leather is substantial. Like I can feel my money that I paid for it, right? But that's my preference. Not everybody wants a leather bag that's already substantial before they put their items in it. But I lift weights and I'm a bodybuilder, so it don't bother me. So, okay, let's get back to the bag and my chatting about the grades of leather. So it prompted me to do some research, and it said the leather is made up of, on other source I found it said 4 grades, but this one is saying actually that 4th grade is not even should be acknowledged. Okay, so this is, I'm using my tablet. Can you see? There you go. So it says leather is made up of 3 grades. My screen right now. Full grain, top grain, and split. Okay, so bonded is not a true leather grade because it's reconstituted. The following information provides more detail on each grade's full grain leather. Full grain leather is the highest grade and the highest quality. Okay, so this is what I feel like. This is like full grain. I can see this is the skin of the cow, so it's all thick and good. And it's very fragrant. So okay, and so what else? It was talking about the grades. What's the different grades of leather? And it says it's the highest grade, full grain leather. It comes from the top layer of the hide, which has all of the grain or full grain. It is the layer closest to the animal's hairline. This grade of leather is not sanded, buffed, or snuffed to remove natural marks. So this is the natural mark of the cow. It's nice and thick. And this is the strongest grade of leather because the strongest fibers are in the original grain. So it's luster. The grade leather develops over time with patina, a luster and richness and depth of beauty as it ages. So then the second highest is top grade leather, and it has imperfections too, great to be used as. But the top surface, the original grade, is usually altered. So the imperfections may be shaved off to remove the damage, or they may sand it or buff it. It's less strong. It's not as strong and durable as full grain, unaltered grain. Okay. Then the next one is split. That's the third highest grade of leather, and there's no natural animal scarring, and it is from the surface. So full grain, top grain, and split leather. Okay, and split leather has suede surface. Oftentimes they use some kind of artificial coating along with artificial markings to make the surface smooth. Okay, split leather is not as durable as full grain or top grain. It will not last as long. It is not recommended for high stress products. And the grade of this leather is less expensive. Okay, so we just went on a thing about, and they say bonded leather is not even. They don't even acknowledge that one. They say that's just a whole bunch of the scraps that they don't use, and it's leather like texture. So yeah, and it's the least expensive. So yeah. So this is what I feel they describe to the T about the top grain leather. Okay, it's just thick and yummy. It really is. It's like, and it smells so good. You see, as opposed to this Florentine bag, it's very light in comparison to this. This feels like money. This feels like this beautiful, gorgeous, but I think this is top grade, and this may be like full grain, the second grade. So like even like the thickness, it's just not the same. It's not the same. So that's why I think I've fallen in love with even more so that Coach Rogue 1941 line. It's because, and I have not moved out of this bag. It's been 2 weeks now. So it's just nice and thick and yummy. See, this look like, the cow. How it'd be all more pebbly here, and and it's thick and just good leather. So this one they say is genuine pebble glove tan leather. So there's some good stuff. And I have the red one. Again, it's that nice thick. It's just good leather. And then I was gonna compare the mulberry bag I have, which is the Roxanne. And again, see, it has the natural markings of the cow. It's thick. And a lot of people were concerned about, I guess, the full grain leather handbags. Those are the ones and they're considered the highest grade. People who have issues with heavy bags will not like them. So you see, this is like, the raw cowhide. Like, it's unfinished. It's nice and thick. So, yeah. So I did my little research. Thank you, Pecan Tan Beauty. Have me doing research about grades of leather. And I've come to realize I love full grain leather. And just love them. So, what's going on with my life? I am going back to school. So I'm applying to go ahead and get my master's. And then also would like to do some research, and eventually I figured out what I want to be when I grow up. So I know I finally decided how I want to continue my profession. So I'm looking and getting my master's, and then afterwards going ahead and getting my PhD and do some research. So yeah, if you're interested about like what do I do, before I was like kind of like, should I share my profession? Because it's especially with in this world of technology, as far as sharing information, you gotta be like limited, not limited, be very conscious of what you share. So, but that's the goal, hopefully to go back to school in the fall. I had started in a master's program almost like 8 years ago. After taking 5 classes, I withdrew because I still was undecided. And then after I've gotten more experience in my field, I've decided what I want to do. So ultimately I want to be a professor at a university. I find that I love education, and hopefully, not hopefully, I am gonna go also onward with a PhD and do some research. So maybe that'll be our next chat, my career goals, professional goals, educational goals. All right, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'm gonna go ahead and go spend some time with the hubby. I smell the food, he's cooking, And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.